What's up, YouTube? GFK Ethan here with my updated clownblade deck profile. Sorry about that. This is post Dimensions of Chaos. So we got the new pendulum from 4-mage monsters in here. Seem to be pretty solid. I haven't had a chance to play test it yet, but I just kind of swapped some things out. Got some other cards in here. Obviously you guys know the drill. Rank 4 spam deck. Pop tons of monsters in and out, in and out, in and out, quick as you can. Keep your opponent on his toes. So let's get into the 40 card main and the side deck. I'm not going to go into the extra deck because, like I said, I haven't got it set up for this deck yet with all the new cards and stuff that are coming out. I just haven't had a chance to go through that yet. So let's get into the 40 card main deck real quick. So pretty standard staple stuff as last time is 3 copies of Trick Clown. He's your main star of the deck. Anytime he is sent to the graveyard, doesn't matter. As soon as he hits the graveyard, even if he was an attachment, pay 1,000 life points. You can special summon him back, but his attack becomes 0/0. Attack and defense become 0/0. So keeps popping himself on and off the field. Another one that's just as good is Hat Tricker. Hat Tricker, as long as there's 2 or more face-up monsters on your side of the field, he can be special summoned from your hand. That's really nice. He has another effect, which I think I've used one time. Anytime you take damage, you can place a spell counter on him. And when you have 3 spell counters on him, you can... his attack and defense become 3,300, which, like I said, I've used that one time, but this is a rank 4 spam deck. I mean, it would come in handy, but like I said, only gone into it like once, so not that useful in my opinion of the deck. So we have 2 copies of Damage Juggler. Of course, Damage Juggler negates the damage and destroys the card that deals the damage. Also, when this card is in your graveyard, you can banish him to search another Performage monster. I didn't really like it at 3. I felt it was just really heavy. And because, you know, like a lot of time you're dealing damage to yourself, so it doesn't make much sense to negate the damage and destroy the card and everything else. It just doesn't seem to work. Then we have the new Performage cards. We have the new Performage plus Fire Pendulum monster, and it's a rank scale 5. And the other one is the Mirror Conductor, which is a scale 3, obviously 4, rank 4 spam deck. Bam, 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 special summon. There's a ton of special summoning you can do with that amount of cards first, and we have other cards, creatures to go through. So that's it for the Performage lineup. Now we'll get into the clowns. Well, I guess this first card isn't a clown, but it's a Nefarious Archfiend Eater of Nefariousness. Really solid card, actually. Anytime you control a face-up spellcaster type monster, he can be special summoned from your hand. Also, when he is in your graveyard, you can target one card on the field, destroy it, and special summon this card from your graveyard. Works really well in combo with Trick Clown because destroy and pay 1,000 life points, bam, they both come out. You got an rank 4 Xyz summon right there. Super awesome. 2 copies of Heroic Challenger 1,000 Blades. Only run the 1,000 Blade cards at 2, just because need some room to squeeze other things in. But 1,000 Blades is good. Anytime he is in your graveyard and you take damage, he can be special summoned from your graveyard, i.e. Trick Clown. Also, if you normal summon, if he's in face-up attack position, you can, let's see, yep. If he's face-up attack position, you can send him to the graveyard to search for another Heroic Challenger card. So that comes in really handy. So a lot of times you can send him, search for 1,000 Blades, get off the 1,000 Blades effect because he can be special summoned from your hand if you control no monsters. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, he can be special summoned from your hand. Also, if he battles a defense position, he does piercing battle damage. But usually you don't attack with these monsters all that often, but the option is there if you need it. So we have 1 copy of Breaker the Magical Warrior. Obviously for his back row effect, acts as another MST. 1 copy of Denko. For obvious reasons, can't activate trap cards. one copy, now obviously, of Mathematician. I like to use Math, A, to send something to the graveyard. Then B, most of the time I only use Math because he is a level 4, is when I have Wonder Wand in my hand. Equip Wonder Wand to him, then I could use Wonder Wand's effect, send both of them to the graveyard, and then draw 2 cards, and then I don't have to wait for my opponent to attack me and leave myself wide open with just, 1,500 point card on the field. So that combo works really nice. I really like it. And because this card's broken as fuck, it's incredible. Anytime a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on it. Anytime a spell, you can remove 3 spell counters to draw a card. Now with Cosmo, and this deck is really heavy on spells. I think I have 3 trap cards in this deck, so this is really heavy on spells as well. And he's a level 4, so it just works with the deck. I might even pump that up to maybe 2 copies of it. I'm not sure exactly what I would take out, but right this minute, but I might even put it up to 2. And then we do have 1 copy of Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. There is Breaker for his back row, obviously. Everything is Xyz, so a lot of time they hit the graveyard anyway. So I run Breaker just because it's an incredible card, and it is playable in this deck. So that's why or not Breaker, I'm sorry, BLS, and he's just an incredible, gorgeous card. So that's it for the monster lineup. Like I said, it's almost 50-50 with monsters and spells, and like I said, with the exception of 3 trap cards. So then main staple, 2 copies of Chicken Game. I find 2 copies is good because I also run 2 copies of Terraforming, because you want to shuffle your deck as much as possible. So 2 copies of Terraforming and 2 copies of Chicken Game work really well together. 2 copies of Upstart Goblin. Obvious reasons, everybody knows what it does. Now, because you're going to be pumping out so many monsters and really trying to OTK your opponent, I have a lot of board clearers. I have 1 Regeki and 1 Lightning Vortex. People say, oh, Lightning Vortex is not a good card. In this deck, it is, because Trick Clown, for instance, Thousand Blades, Nefarious Eater of Nefariousness. You need Breaker in the graveyard for BLS effect. So sending 1 card to the graveyard to destroy all your face-up monster cards your opponent controls is not a big deal at all. It works really well. I mean, it sucks that it's only the face-up, but sending 1 card is not a big deal at all. And then we have 2 copies of Dark Hole. Like I said, keep the board clear. So there's that for the board clearing. And then we have 1 copy of Foolish. It depends on what I use this for. Usually I use this to send Breaker to the graveyard. If I draw into BLS. If I have this in my hand to draw into BLS, boom, Foolish for Breaker, summon BLS, because most all the rest of the deck is light. Other times I will use this for any of the other cards that get their effect in the graveyard. So Foolish, staple to have. The 1 copy of Wonder Wand, like I was talking about, I just do the 1 because I only have 1 copy of Mathematician, and it seems to work really good this way. And then, yes, I only do have 1 copy of MST. I've debated and I've gone back and forth about putting 2 MST and taking out my Lightning Vortex, but I feel with this deck, it's just a lot bigger threat of having your opponent's monsters on the field. Like, I know Cosmos, when they're destroyed, they get a lot of their effects from the grave, but this deck can hit so fast and so heavy that Cosmos sometimes, not always, sometimes has a problem with it. So then 1 copy of Bottomless, a foreign copy of Compulsory Evac Device, which is awesome, and 1 copy of Mirror Force. Staple trap cards, pretty self-explanatory on those. So that's it for the 40-card main lineup. Now into the extra deck, and the main ones that I go into is Performage Trapeze Magician, Stellar Knight Deltaros, Dark Rebellion Xyz, Heroic Challenger Excalibur, and Heroic Champion Raigonimiad, number 86, whatever. And I also, also Castel 101 and Cowboy are like the big main ones And I actually, I guess I should say, I do go into Gem Knight Pearl a lot because he is a 2600 beat stick. So what is really awesome is Performage, Dark Rebellion, and say Gem Knight Pearl are awesome cards. I go into those every single game. Almost every single game. Do go into Deltaros and Cowboy a lot too, and sometimes 101, but always awesome. So, obviously, Dark Rebellion, detach, target one of your opponent's monsters, gain half the life points, makes him strong as hell. And then we got Performage Trapeze Magician, which can target one of these cards and allow that to attack twice. So really good in combination with Stellar Knight, Deltaros, Dark Rebellion, and Gem Knight Pearl, because they have really large attack. And also number 86, because there is enough material in this to get him so where he is a 3,000 point beater. And this, shit, I mean, Trapeze Magician is really the best card Xyz summoning wise, because he can make your opponents or your cards attack twice. So really incredible. You should have it because it's a rare. But other ones, number 58 Burner Visor, number 80, number 18, number 39, and then for Burning Abyss we have Abyss Dweller and number 103. Those cards seem to work really well together. But like I say, main focus of the deck is your Performage cards and rank 4 Xyz summoning, and just clear the board, push hard for game, and it'll pop fast, and it does incredibly well. So one of my favorite decks, really love playing it. It's a toss-up. I go in between Senju and Clownblade on the week to week, just bounce back and forth between either one. So those are definitely my two favorite decks, even with the Burning Abyss deck that I have. Even with Burning Abyss getting hit, it's still a powerful deck, but these are my favorite decks, even over Burning Abyss, like I say. So, please, if you guys build this deck, please post your own video or tell me about it, and I'd like to see the way you guys build this deck. I do know about the Gigabyte and the Daigusto Emerald combo, but come on, ain't nobody got $60 for one damn card. That's expensive as hell. So that is why I don't run Gigabyte and Daigusto Emerald. But not saying that's not a great build. It's an awesome build. But this is my favorite. I like it the way it is. Anyway, please like, comment, share, subscribe. All the above. Stay golden, fellas.